are y'all ready for the drama? The drama corner?
I want you to know that I had to
Am
shorten
I
the
the
title.
drama?
So while Peach pours him a glass of wine, we'll start. We'll
Okay.
get into the drama.
Okay, I'm pouring a glass.
Uh,
Oh, wait. I'll be right back.
it was just a joke.
I'm actually
But-
getting alcohol.
So last night was the Oscars, and I know everybody remember last year's Oscars weren't really memorable, but the year before, everybody sure does remember that one, right? Ricky Gervais just unleashed, and so the Oscars were pretty boring, pretty run of the mill
Nobody cared.
until nobody cared until Chris Rock got up on stage and he said, "Hey, look, Jada Pinkett Smith's here today. Can't wait to see her in the next G.I. Jane 2 movie." And that was his joke. And Will Smith took offense to it, walked up on stage on live TV, and smacked Chris Rock across the face.
Chris Rock took it
So-
like in stride, though.
It was such a
Yeah.
fucking Chris Rock response.
Yeah.
Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
So it's been drama, and everyone's been going back and forth today. And so the big question is, do y'all think it was chivalrous what Will Smith did, or was Will Smith acting like a little bitch?
I think it's
I
time.
don't think it was chivalrous at all. You don't put your hands on anybody.
Mm-mm. Absolutely not. I think he needs to go back to Bel Air and spend some time with his auntie and uncle.
I think Chris Rock's joke was tasteless, especially because Jada Pinkett has been really vocal about her alopecia and her hair loss, and to make her butt of a joke seems kind of like insensitive. But like, at what point have comedians ever held back when it comes to making somebody a butt of a joke, whether it's the president of the United States or an actor or actress in Hollywood, or even their own family? So it's kind of like, the joke was like for me, it didn't land. But for Will Smith to have that reaction is not okay. Like, you don't assault somebody. Like, words
Yeah,
hurt,
it's-
yes, but a slap actually does hurt.
Especially after Will Smith laughed at the joke. So I think when it all comes back to it, it was not it was the best Chris Rock joke, right? I'm not a big Chris Rock fan anyway. But on the other end, it wasn't really that mean of a joke. Like, yeah, she might have a hair condition, but he wasn't saying it in a derogatory way, right? Like, I guess I would look at it as Demi Moore and G.I. Jane is like a badass, right? So to be compared to that, I don't think would be an insult overall.
Yeah.
But also, it is well known that if you sit in the front area of the Oscars, you're usually, mentioned in the jokes because that's who they see, right? So I think all around, Chris Rock should have been a little more sensitive. But again, he's a comedian making jokes, and you can't act like a child.
Often are those jokes about other comedians not geared towards, but geared towards the disease that's happening on the actor, actress, or famous person. If it had been something about a role they played or a choice that they had made, cool, makes sense.
Yeah, like Lady
But because
Gaga
it was a
and her-
disease that was affecting her,
Yeah. Like I'm certain if
Yeah,
anyone,
but then again,
I'm certain if
I
anyone,
never knew about it, so I can't assume Chris Rock knew about it. To assume that he was well informed is, just short-sighted.
And isn't that
I
also
didn't
part of
know
being a
about it.
comedian, is making sure you know what you're joking about and know being
No.
informed?
Yeah, I could argue for that, and I could also argue like maybe he just didn't know. Like I didn't know about her medical condition. I think I may have forgotten it completely actually until the whole thing happened last night.
Like, she's always had really short hair, so
Mm-hmm.
And the few times she's had long hair, it's either a weave or a wig of some sort. It's not really her hair. When you see her naturally, she always had a very short cut. So going bald's not that too out of the question from.
Things in the Smith family, though, have been really rocky over the last couple of years. So I think, like, we're seeing the break of Will Smith. You know, like, he had the entanglement thing happen.
So there's multiple conspiracy theories going around, and that plays into one of them. That Jada is a very abusive member. So she, out of the relationship, she's the abusive party, and Will Smith has always been emotionally broken by her. And a lot of that plays into because of the entanglement, right? Like the way she treated and handled it was a total disregard and very disrespectful to him.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then there's the other theory is that it was all staged for publicity.
I've also heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that. I hope that's not the case.
I wouldn't put it past Hollywood though.
But also, like, why would he go from laughing about the joke to going up and smacking Chris Rock in the face, like, in an instant?
He saw the way she reacted to it.
Yeah. Or, like, it's just kind of the grin and bear it, right? Like, I have this expectation, and he saw her face, and maybe the home problem that I mixed in, and it flipped a switch in him. I mean, like, that's crazy. Can you imagine being in the audience? Because there was more after he slapped. Like, after the broadcast cut, he said, like, keep my wife's name out of your blah, blah mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said it twice.
Yeah.
We all know there was one person Will Smith wanted to slap and he couldn't, so he went for Chris Rock, okay?
August.
Was that the guy's name?
I think so.
Mr. Entanglement is just what I call him.
Fucking August.
Even then, like I said earlier, I was just waiting for Chris, because Chris Rock has always been really edgy, right? Like he's known to be an edgy comedian. So to see him react is what I think made it natural, because he was just like, oh fuck, like what do I do on live TV? Where if it was staged, I think he would have been a little more aggressive, a little more comfortable responding.
Yeah.
But then again, what kind of man walks up and slaps another man like that? Like, if you got a problem, throw hands. Don't slap.
Tussle.
Throw hands
Wrestle him.
privately. Wrestle.
Wrestle. But even then, like, that's like, even if you didn't appreciate it, like a mature adult would be like, hey, like, I found this insensitive. I really appreciate it if you don't do this again. And then the other person can be an asshole or not. But there was a mature way to handle that.
In this story, Puzzled is Team Will. So let's hear it out.
Oh, I mean, the joke was tasteless. I think the slap was, an overreaction. But, they've had their troubles, and he wanted to show his support of her. So I see why he would go up there and do it. Small town in East Texas coming from, you dishonor my woman, you're going to get your ass beat, so I see it and I appreciate it. I think, he probably should have, waited till they were both off screen and then, thrown hands. But I don't think it was everybody's like, oh, he's a chump. Oh, he's a cuck. Oh, he's a simp. Like, I don't see it that way. I see him as trying to, I guess, kind of respect the relationship that he has. And he's like, I'm going to defend my woman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the cuck comments are coming because his son's friend banged his wife, and then she told him on national TV, and he cried and then stuck by her side, and now he's acting like this. So
I mean, they have an open relationship. They've had an open relationship for years. So that coming out on live TV probably hurt a lot more than it would have normally, just because, oh, we're in private, we can talk about this. But no, you're telling me this on national TV. People don't need to know our business. What we have is private and intimate, and this is ruining that completely.
just like we had talked about Kanye West, our last episode, like mental illness in men, like with Will Smith, like he cried and he became a meme. Like that sucks. Like his feelings were not being validated. Like if it was, I feel like if that was the roles were reversed and it was Jada in his seat, he would have totally been hung out to dry, right? For I guess being so insensitive to her feelings, and instead he becomes a meme and a joke. And to me, it's like if you're in an abusive relationship, like even just like domestic violence in general, it looks so different. It could be emotional, it could be physical, and it seems like that's what's happened. And he has kind of like this victim, mentality going on where he feels like he has to do something so dramatic like that. Like, I can understand it. It just doesn't make it right to me, like.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. How many years was the way Will Smith treated her was like the pinnacle that everybody looked up to, right?
Yeah,
like,
there's like pictures of him on the red carpet, like this. Like,
yeah,
this is my
exactly.
wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't even know who
never
Jada
seen
Pinkett
her-
Smith until Magic Mike XL.
She's in a lot of movies for that. But before that, like, you've never seen her respond in any way kind to him. Like, the few responses you do see in public are always her being very negative or rude or,
Sure.
entanglement. Yeah. And it's like, you see that he publicly loves her to death, but I don't think she returns that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor Will. Poor Chris Rock, too. Like, I feel bad for him.
He took
Yeah.
it like a champ, though.
He did. And that comment afterwards was like peak Chris Rock for me. Because, like, I used to love Chris. I love Down to Earth and Head of State are two of my favorite Chris Rock movies.
What did he say afterwards?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Holy shit, Will
Will-
Smith slapped the shit out of me.
Yeah, but that was, I guess that was the most confusing part to me, right? Because you see Will Smith laughing at the joke, gets up, slaps Chris Rock, sits down, starts yelling, cussing at him, and then when they show him back, he's crying later on. So it's like Will Smith's on an emotional roller coaster right now, and that doesn't sound healthy.
Yeah.
Like that many emotions in that short a span.
Who got up to console him? It was Tyler Perry and one other. I can't remember the other person, but it made sense to me because I was just like, okay, Tyler Perry. Like I could see him coming at it from like an angle of like, I get you. You need to calm down. Like, because like a lot of his like media is about like doing the right thing with God, like, except for Medea's boo.
Well, and then there was other stories going around that Will and Chris have had multiple confrontations over the last couple of years, and like they don't get along very well on a personal level. And then there was also rumors that maybe Chris banged Jada, so
that'll do.
that was some more hot gossip because like they've been seen out together. And so there's other feelings coming up. So
I hope Will gets the help he needs. Cause like I remember like Wild West and early Bad Boys. Like I loved Will Smith a lot. Like he's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But like the last 5-10 years, it's been really hard for him.
I think it is just between his kids and his wife, they're just all over the place. Like Jaden, what's going on with that guy? I thought he was a movie star, and then he was a singer.
And then he was
Now he's
giving
a
out,
fashion icon.
or he was donating water bottles and creating a water company for people in Flint and selling stuff on the shelves. I think Willow just released a new song.
Badass. I like your music.
Willow's "Wait a Minute" song, one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
What about
Whip
the
my
one
hair
where she
back and
whips her?
forth is my
Yeah,
favorite.
that one.
My kids had never heard of it because I was like, I whip my hair back and forth, and they're like, Miss Taylor, you're weird.
Ouch.
What? Damn.
Fuck these kids.
I was like, go to YouTube
Pretty
and look it
much.
up.
It's like, my lip gloss is popping. They won't get that one. That was Lil Mama, though.
How? Never mind.
Have y'all seen Lizzo's big new show?
Big girls.
Big girl.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the
Yes.
trailer.
Yeah, not yet.
I jam Lizzo.
I'm so like old now because I won't listen to any of the pop music.
Oh my gosh, some of the people on the Oscars, because I like to look at the best dressed, and a lot of people I follow on Instagram are like obsessed with the fashion. So I go through and I'm like, who are these people? Like, I have no idea. Like, where's Cameron Diaz?
They're all retired with their kids at home.
Watching the Oscars.
Like, damn.
And thinking I could be there. Instead, I'm here.
It's gonna go down in history. Like, what was it? Madonna's kiss with
No, well, yeah. So it was Madonna or Janet Jackson's nipple slip.
Mm-hmm.
Madonna, Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera kissing. She
Mm-hmm.
kissed both of them on stage.
That's true.
Then
Forgot about that actually.
But is this gonna be is this the like death of the Oscars? Right, like Ricky Gervais was the start of it, and now it's just celebrity death match with golden statues at the end.
Honestly, every single year we get to this, we talk about the Oscars, and we're like, yeah, this is the death of the Oscars. Like, the Oscars died a horrible death a few years ago. This is just the ghost of the shell
Yeah.
that's left behind.
When Leo got his Oscar, I think that was the last one that mattered to anybody.
Yeah.
Finally. But it was for the movie. Like, I feel like he didn't really deserve it for. Like, I think he did. Okay, I just want to say that. He absolutely did.
Yeah.
But there were so many other movies he
Django
deserved an
Unchained
Oscar.
was the one he definitely deserved it for.
Mm-hmm.
Reading or watching the commentary on his performance, he absolutely did.
It's garbage. It's like they didn't like him.
So-
They didn't let him have it on purpose.
So one big question that everyone's been asking today is, do y'all think anyone should press charges against Will Smith over this?
If anybody, it would be Chris Rock. But I
Yeah.
like personally, it's just like, let's just bury the lead.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, we watched a physical assault on national television. I don't think that should go totally unpunished.
Where was the
Like,
LAPD? That's some terrible
Isn't the-
response time.
Isn't the Academy considering taking away his Oscar that he won that night?
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
right after he got Best Actor.
Well, it sucks to be Will Smith right now. Oh my god.
That's what I said. Even if it's like a misdemeanor assault charge, I think they can't let him go scot-free. It just shows he's untouchable.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, if you were to slap anybody on the street, they can definitely press charges against your ass.
Yeah, think about it. If I walked up and slapped Alan and then we posted it and it went viral, you know somebody'd be at my door. Hate crime, this, that.
Hate crime. I wouldn't claim a hate crime.
There is
You
a video
wouldn't.
of Alan. It was consensual, okay?
It was consensual.
Oh, let's do this video
Oh.
on peachesonlyfans.com.
hey, it's onlybands.com now. Everyone's banned unless if you subscribe.
They said only bands, like bands on those hundies.
Yeah. Subscriptions start at
So for
$99.99.
$100, you can see Peach get slapped consensually.
Yes. And also, maybe drink this beer.
Well, that wraps up another great episode, and don't forget to join our amazing and supportive community on Discord.
In our Discord, you can find game nights, watch parties, food pics, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. What's not to love about that? We have a little something for everyone. Head over to our website, officialmillennials.com, and you'll find more info, especially our featured Gamer of the Week.
Speaking of something for everyone, we have a book club. We read a book almost every month and talk through it together. We also have a special perk for our subs to discuss other books in a series called Chapter 2.
Don't forget to swing by YouTube and drop us a follow at Official Millennials. You can also find us on Twitter at MillsOfficial. We appreciate all the support, and y'all have a good one.
This is an Official Millennials production.